According to Punch, Asiri comedy as fondly called disclosed that playing pranks in his dream contributed to him bedwetting. The young publisher further revealed that this usually happens around 1 a.m. when he was meant to get up and use the toilet, but he would stay back and pee on his bed. On how his parents once tried to curb this bad habit, he explained that his grandfather once gave him an herbal medicine to drink as this would stop him from bedwetting, but unfortunately that night, he wet his bed more than he usually does. Asiri said, "Growing up, my parents were teachers. My mother was a talented geographer. She used to calculate my walking distance from home to school. I didn't have the luxury of playing street football, I only used to watch it from the window. The only time I used to go out was on Sundays and it was to church. However, there was a day I wet my sister's report card, which she had put on the couch. I had slept on it. At that point, I had issues with bedwetting to the extent that they nicknamed me Tomiwa. I stopped bedwetting in SS3. At the time, it was fun because it was part of my pranks. I just knew that when it was about 1 a.m., I must go and pee, but I would not do it. My parents were bothered at a point, and my grandma once came and brought something for me to drink and instructed that once I drank it, I should not go outside again, but that day, I gave them double portion of bedwetting." The comedian further advised parents never to stigmatize their children but to play a vital role in helping them curb this bad, part of which he explained as waking them up at the middle of the night to use the toilet. He said, "Basically, if it is a boy that has this problem, they should leave him alone. It is considered to be a medical problem, but it gets to an age before it is termed as that, as it could be a form of mannerism by the child. For instance, creative people tend to play pranks a lot, which was the case for me. As for me, I used to imagine a scenario whereby my friends and I would go to play football, and when we were returning in groups, there would be that one person in the gang that would say, 'I want to pee.' By resonance, I would also pee in reality. If you have a boy with this condition, don't rub it in his face or stigmatize him, instead help him through it by waking him up at intervals in the night. Don't stigmatize. If you do that, he will have low self-esteem, and by the time he stops bedwetting, the low self-esteem would still be there. Try your best to regulate it and it will resolve 90% of the cases involved." Well said. Lasisi Elenu interview. What I learned from Hush Puppy. Star Chat. NAIJ.com TV. Source.